No one really expected June 12, 2027 to be a day for the history books. At first, the LA waterfront was its regular mixture of container ships, salty wind, 24-hour taco trucks parked roadside, and seagulls picking at discarded fries. Then the ocean bulged. First, a shadow, then the unmistakable outline of something that should not exist, a colossal, 300 feet, if one were to believe the later drone estimates, behemoth clawed its way up, dripping and roaring. The creature's head emerged, a broad, smooth brow, a smirk that managers use in online meetings, a sharp jawline. There was no mistaking it. Its face belonged undeniably to Elon Musk. No one would have guessed that, after all his tweets, this was his next big launch. A tattered T-shirt stretched across its massive frame, just barely reading TE before the fabric tore, CH support. The rest flapped in ribbons. Tech support meant something else now. Then came the second act. The water shimmered fluorescent, then rippled, then parted. A gigantic octopus starred in the tableau. Each tentacle glowed with electric color, acid green, chasing icy blue, chasing sunset red. Suckers pulsed bioluminescent, outshining the neon of San Pedro's nightclubs. Its eyes burned with pure insurrection. Draped around its bulbous head, a faded, salt-encrusted T-shirt proudly proclaiming Antifa rocks. No one had time to share memes. The octopus lunged. One monstrous tentacle looped, fast as a whip, and snared the musk creature's leg, anchoring the behemoth amidst ruined sailboats and shorn shipping containers. All just as the city had begun burning for entirely different reasons. 2 weeks earlier, presidential orders unleashed the largest ice raids in California's recent memory. Military convoys rolling through East LA. In those neighborhoods, the sidewalks sang in Spanish, and street vendors handed out tamales under banners that hadn't changed in 30 years. But now, these blocks watched in silence as Humvees thundered by and helicopters spat out soldiers onto rooftops. The media couldn't look away. Camera crews alternated between the burning self-driving cars and the riot police cordoning off entire avenues. When the first Navy trucks arrived, the TV anchors lost all composure. 20,000 Marines, 2,000 National Guard. Nobody could tell if this was shock and awe or just plain shock. Trump, back in power since 25, had called it a law and order operation. Others called it something else entirely. The protesters filled the streets, their chants in Spanish, English, Spanglish, sometimes all at once. They built barricades out of abandoned scooters and burning Teslas. Hand-lettered signs fluttered, "We belong." No human illegal. Proof of existence. You're looking at it. Overhead, Marine choppers swept low, rotor wash flattening yard sale signs and knocking over tamarind vendors' coolers. Air Force One's special chopper made a victory circuit above the Hollywood sign, its shadow passing over the sun-faded letters. On TV, the president's face smiled large. The word insurrectionist was deployed, without irony. After all, this was LA, not DC, and these were the wrong kind of protesters. If anyone remembered January 6, 2021, none dared mention it on air. The old film clips were hidden away now, relics of a different administration. The only mention came in bars, sometimes whispered over mezcal and chicharrones, the kind of stories you tell with one eye on the door. Onshore, the Tesla laser tower hummed to life. Half-finished, glittering with hasty repairs, its immense polygonal carapace stood as sentry on the city's edge. Suddenly, it barked color. Searing beams slashed from its core, scrawling reds, greens, icy glacial blues across the skyline. Steel melted, glass shattered, colors sliced the gloom and bathed the dueling monsters. Back at the waterfront, the Kaiju battle reached its fever pitch. Bioluminescent tentacles wrapped higher, pinching the tech support giant's torso. The musk behemoth twisted, letting out a bellow that shook the flushed night sky. Tesla laser beams flared again, reflecting in the wobbling glass of downtown's tallest towers. For a moment, it looked like LA might be split open end to end. Below, streets choked with smoke and shattered vehicles. Protesters held their ground, Marines formed lines, and somewhere, perhaps from the rooftop of a little liquor store, a young live streamer narrated for 10,000 unseen viewers. No one was sure if this was the end of LA as it was known, or a new beginning. Just that, in the glow of broken neon and kaiju combat, the future suddenly felt wide open and wildly uncertain. And as news of the rampage streaked across the globe, millions tried to spot the familiar face of the monster lurching out of the Pacific. Half man, half myth, 300 feet of roaring tech support. Wondering absently if anyone would be left to solve LA's problems by morning.